You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting. Welcome back, Skyrim Addict podcast. I'm Michael, joined with got Ray here.
Hello, hello.
And Victor.
Good evening.
Obviously, we're still talking Oblivion.
We are? Oh, okay.
Although I will say, I did play Skyrim.
Oh, well, we can talk about both then. That's fine with me.
I've been thinking about going back to Skyrim, but I haven't done that yet.
I have been thinking about it too. But yeah, I mean, we can start with Oblivion, go to Skyrim, and we'll go to wherever we want. Actually, It really doesn't matter. I have encountered some crashing issues of late. I've been playing a good bit, but I'm on Xbox, and
it
seemed to be the issue was, I don't know, maybe too many saves. I didn't have a ton, but I cleaned up some saves and stuff like that. I was going through the Knights and when you kick off the Knights of the Nine quest, when you have to go around to the different way shrines. Yeah. So it was in the middle of that. It kept crashing, which was really annoying, by the way, because you can't fast travel to a lot of those. Right. And there's a lot of searching involved. So that was getting real annoying real quick. So I would if the one by Breville or whatever, you fast travel nearby and you kind of run to it or whatever. And I would get there and I would save right after, or I would fast travel somewhere else and boom, it would just crash.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh God.
So it would crash on fast travel?
It was crashing on fast travel and on saving.
Okay. Yeah.
Like kind of randomly.
Because Skyrim used to do the same thing because of corrupted autosaves.
Mm-hmm. That may have been what the issue was, because I did I went back a couple saves and kind of just started the way shrine thing essentially over. I think I still had a few that I had done, like 3 or 4 I had done, but then finished them off. And it seems to have resolved it. I haven't had a crash since I did that. So it may have been one of the auto saves in the middle there was corrupted, and it was causing the issue down the line every time.
Autosaves and quick saves are notoriously unstable, even still in Skyrim. So, I mean, I've gotten the habit over the years with modding and everything else. I just delete all my autosaves and quick saves, or just shut them off entirely. Yeah. But if I find if I shut them off, then I forget.
Right.
And that's a bad thing.
Oh, that's really bad. Yeah. So, I've shut them off before. It's really annoying when you're like, I haven't saved in a long time.
And now I'm dead. So I think I'm going to go to bed instead of So I keep them on and then just religiously delete them regularly during a session. Just as long as as soon as I know I'm at a new place, hard save, delete all the autosaves. So,
and I've got them off, and when I'm playing Skyrim, I kind of get in a groove. I do regular quick saves and stuff. But when I played a whole lot of Oblivion, and totally got out of the habit of doing saves because it's auto saving all the time. I went back to Skyrim and forgot. And so I played for a good hour. And then died.
That's a lot. That's a lot longer than you realize, right? Like that's a lot of gameplay right there. An hour is a lot. Jeez.
That's rough.
I had that crash, and then I had those crashes, and then I had a bug in the middle of the Knights of the Nine when you're going to get the armor, the Crusader armor. I forget what piece it was. It's the one where you have to do the puzzles. Is that the shield or? I don't remember which piece of gear it was.
I don't know. That was 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, it's the one where you step on the plate and it shows what chest which thing goes in, so the statues turn around.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of later in it. I forget what piece it is. But anyway, I would go in there. I would stand on the pressure plate. The thing would light up over whatever chest I was supposed to put something in, but the item wouldn't show up in the chest in front of me. So I had to go back a save or two and go back in the room again, re-enter, and it was fine. So it's just a random glitch where sometimes you can go in there and like none of the items just won't appear inside the chests, which obviously then you can't complete the quest. And also you're locked in the room too, so you're not going anywhere. Like there's no leaving either.
Yeah,
so.
it took me forever to figure out what the hell was going on in there.
Oh yeah, the only reason I knew is because I've done it before, like pretty recently. So I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. But yeah, no, like trying to figure it out without knowing.
Yeah,
it's like what?
Yeah,
nothing has anything in it. What?
Yeah. So finally, I noticed, that they were because I kept putting stuff in the chest, and I'd go back and it was gone, and the same item would be back in the big chest, and so then finally I noticed out of the corner of my eye that there was not really a marker, but just kind of an indication that I should try that one. and then when I put it in there, the little statue turned around, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, because you have to kind of because you don't get the item that appears each time. You get a random item.
Yep.
And a random one lights up. So you got to kind of, it's like you basically like a memory game. You just have to remember where each one went. And there's enough of them where if you don't at least remember a few to narrow it down, you could be there a really long time.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts to that.
Yeah, it definitely could, take a while if you don't narrow that down. So I finished the main quest. That was fun. I enjoy that as always. I picked up. So I know I mentioned last time, and like people who've played before know about this, but if you save right before you close the gate, right before you grab the sigil stone, and then you can go back and get whatever sigil stone you want. Essentially, just let it cycle through.
Just keep
whatever,
going over and over.
Yeah, whatever enchantment you happen to want. So I waited for chameleon, obviously, so I could get my chameleon gear. So I ended up with like 100% because you get the ones that are, I forget what they're called, the latent ones or whatever they are. They're 20 or 25%.
Oh yeah, after you hit
the higher level sigil stones.
Level 17.
Yeah. So they were like 20 or 25% each. So I was like, oh. And now I'm just like walking around town and nobody even sees me. I don't even have to sneak half the time. It's like, yeah. So it did. So I played the arena twice as well because the first time I played it with the chameleon gear on, and it was basically just me shooting everybody from across the other side of the arena, and them standing there like, what is happening? What is that? I was like, well, let me blow through it and just do the story, and then I'll just go back and play it again in a real way without that gear on. And I just put on regular. I think I used actually some of the Crusader gear when I played it, so it wasn't like fully camoed out or whatever. But I was like, oh, let me have fun and see what. And I was like, oh god, I'm like, I basically went through the entire arena in 2 game days because I would just go in, I would shoot them 3 times, and I'd go back inside and get another match.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel bad for them, but what are you gonna do? And I did the Grey Prince storyline, of course, because that was obviously part of it. But
yeah, I didn't realize that he actually had a story.
Yeah.
I just challenged him and then kicked his ass.
Oh, there you go. Did he fight back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he fought back hard.
Oh yeah. Have you battled like as champion like the Minotaurs and stuff yet?
No. Once I got that done, I had moved on because I was trying to do the Fighters Guild.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd never done that quest line before, and then I moved on to started Oblivion Gates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what level did you start those?
10, I think.
That's not terrible. Yeah.
Nothing's terrible with this character.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not quite. I've been on a bit of a unarmed kick lately.
Oh, okay.
So, and I had done an unarmed character in Fallout London, and there's a companion that you can get in Fallout London called Mad Jack. And he's this, big, dumb brawler that you have to try to survive in the ring for a minute with to do this quest. And, once you get him as a companion, he's got the most heart-wrenching, horrible companion story and quest line.
Oh, really?
And so you end up just absolutely falling in love with this guy. But he's just this big, dumb brawler. So, when I had been playing on the Game Pass version and started having some crashing problems. And I wanted to get on the Steam version so that I could, eventually start playing with mods. I looked up, how to transfer over saves, but like a big dummy, I uninstalled the Game Pass version and then installed the Steam version.
Oh no.
And Game Pass took their saves and huffed off.
Oh no!
So they weren't in the spot that they were supposed to be.
Oh jeez.
And so I was like, okay, well, fine. I chew up and spit out characters every day.
Yeah, still, ouch.
That's a fair point, but
but I had just done the Knights of the Nine. With a character, and I was really kind of looking forward to taking that one through the Oblivion gates, because he was
that's a great idea.
Total, good guy paladin. But so I started a new character, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start Mad Jack, and I had just started building that character when I decided to make the switch. And so I lost like the first 2 levels. But when I got the Steam version installed, I reinstalled it. And so, but this is it's a Nord character. He's, bald and, just this big goofy looking dude. But he's all strength and endurance and hand to hand. He doesn't wear anything but pants. And so I started taking him to the arena, and I mean, you can seriously, beat the crap out of people with no shield and no weapon.
Oh, wow.
And so I did discover there's a bit of a technique to it, because they have to be right in front of you. And, especially agile characters like to, move around a lot. But if you rush them, you can get them pinned against the either the gate or the spikes around the arena and get them stuck so they can't move, and then just sit there and pound on them. And I went through the whole thing. When you do the regular fights, you have to fight in the raiment.
Yeah.
But when I got to the Gray Prince, and he said, you can put on whatever armor you want now. So I took all my armor off. And I mean, I don't wear shoes, nothing, just pants.
Just pants. Enchanted at all, or just pants?
Well, they are now, because I took him through a couple of Oblivion gates, and one of the sigil stones had resist magic.
Oh, that's good.
So now he has no magic pants.
No magic pants. Oh, that's great.
But with the Lord Stone, you right off the bat you get 15 armor rating, which is better than
true.
A full set of iron armor.
Yeah, because it's like 1, 2. Yeah. The pieces are like 1, like defensive 1, 2.
Yeah,
and that's it. I don't think there's even a 3 in any of those pieces.
Yeah, so you don't need any armor. And then the other thing is, because I'm putting all my points into strength, my carry capacity just kept going up and up and up.
Oh, nice.
And so I can carry 400 pounds worth of stuff, and I only have like 40 pounds of potions and miscellaneous scrolls and junk like that. And so I was going through all these dungeons and everything with the Fighters Guild, all those quests, and just carrying all this equipment back and selling it. And this character, I think right now he's at about $33,000.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Because you don't spend money on anything.
That's a good point. Yeah, because you're not buying new gear or arrows or anything like that.
Yeah, you don't have to pay to get your stuff fixed. You don't have to carry repair hammers.
Yeah,
because your pants don't break.
That's actually a really good point. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
But and then there were a couple of things that I also got that helped out whenever I was in a situation where I was, getting swarmed by a lot of, NPCs. And so I had gone and got the buff from the Warrior Stone. So that gives you a once a day spell that fortifies, strength and, blades but it also fortifies hand to hand. So I could get a little strength and hand to hand buff from that. And then what did I get? There was a shield spell that the Nord racial bonus is called Woad. And so that gives you a 30% shield boost for 60 seconds.
That's pretty nice.
So, and then finally, when I got enough fights under my belt and a few quests for the Fighters Guild, I had enough renown to go to the Jode Stone. And that one is like a Warrior Stone on steroids. So that one, it buffs all the same things as the Warrior Stone, but they're all 10 points higher.
Oh, nice.
So I had a quest where I was in a cave that was full of BlackRock employees. And, they were all in Dwemer armor.
Oh, yeah.
And so I needed all 3 of those buffs to be able to get through that, so, and I've got no magic. So I think I've got like 30 intelligence. Because I don't think you can get any lower than that.
I think that might be the lowest, actually.
Yeah. It's not like in Fallout where you get, unintelligent answers to questions from NPCs. But yeah, definitely, I'm not casting much in the way of magic. I had to. I did the quest for the Ring of Nocturnal.
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
And that one, so you have to make yourself disgusting. So you have to get your personality down to 20. Well, my personality is 30, so it wasn't hard. It was one bottle of cheap wine. But the problem was that the cheap wine also debuffed your intelligence.
Oh,
and so I didn't have enough magic at that point to cast the spell that you need to cast to put out the Priests of Arcade Torches.
Oh, jeez.
So I had to wait for the cheap wine to wear off, and then I was able to do that quest.
Oh God!
But this thing is, I mean, it is so much fun. And you I going through the Oblivion gate and just, running up to the big Daedric armored
and just beating them
to a pulp.
That was a pretty fun way to do it, I'll say.
Yeah. So yeah, and when you get your hand to hand to level 50, then your fists become effective against ghosts and wisps and wraiths.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
that's right. I didn't even think about that because only certain things are effective against them.
Yeah, magical items.
Yeah, or silver.
Yeah, or silver. But there's no silver brass knuckles or no brass knuckles of electrical charge.
That's fair.
So
yeah, there's no specific hand-to-hand items in the game, I don't think.
No,
like in
nothing
Skyrim.
that I found.
Yeah, not that I recall.
I mean, you can find. I ended up with a pair of gloves that buff my strength. And there's some gauntlets that you can steal from a couple of people fighting outside the arena that buff.
Oh, the two people fighting. Yeah, that are like practice fighting out there.
Yeah, that buff hand to hand. But I just go for it. Bare knuckles, no shirt.
Just all out. Just
wailing away.
I like it. It's very traditional with the no shirt and just pants. And,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's been a blast. I've had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun play right there. Yeah. Oh, and for everybody who was like, you got to use Frostcrag Spire. Boy, it's a pain in the ass that you fast travel down the hill every time you get there and have to run all the way up and then go inside and then go through like different portals to get to the rooms you need to go to. I was like, I don't know if like I went and grabbed it because I was like, oh, it's there, whatever, I'll try it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I never use this because it's actually really a big pain in the ass.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to compete with the stump.
Yeah, the stump is right in the market district.
Yeah, I started using that after you mentioned it last time.
You can't. It's like sure you can't. Get a spell making station.
Yeah.
At your stump, but my character doesn't use spells anyway. So
yeah, I'm not making spells yet or anything. Anyway, I barely use magic, quite frankly. So it's like I got all this room here, but like when I come here to put stuff away, I'm all the way down the hill, then I gotta run up a couple sets of stairs, then I gotta go inside, then I gotta take the portal up to the bedroom, and then if I want to go to the basement where the storage room or whatever it's called, I gotta go down 2 portals to get down to there to put stuff in a chest. And I'm like, all right, everything should be on one floor here. Why are we? What are we doing? What is? And there's not enough storage in the other floors to actually store stuff.
Right.
It's all on the bottom floor, so it's like there's like a chest or two and a cabinet or whatever, but there's not like a lot of storage. Like, so I have like all the alchemy stuff next to the alchemy bench that's there. The that gives you the buff. So if you stand right there, you get whatever the plus 15, I think it is, or something on your alchemy skill. So that's a nice little buff. But yeah, other than that, I was like, it's not real. But I guess if you're a mage, though, you can go from the mages' colleges right to there. There's portals for each of those. In the mages, each mage's guild, I'm sorry. There's a portal spot in each one that goes to there. But even that, you're outside, and then you still got to go inside, and then you're in the bedroom, and then you got to go downstairs 2 floors to get to the storage area, and then you got to go back. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, I know everybody loves Frostcrag, but I'm going to stick with the stump next time I play. Yeah. Unless I'm a mage.
Yeah. It does have a great view.
It does have. And I will say, even on Xbox, like the render distance is awesome, and everything looks great from a distance. And it is nice, like just sitting up there, and like you're in the snow-capped mountains, and you can see the Imperial City and all that.
Cool. And the other side, you can see the throat of the world.
Oh, I didn't even go around the other side yet. I'm gonna have to go around the other side now. Jeez.
Yeah, you can see it way off in the distance in Skyrim.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm gonna go over there. That's right, because that's just over the mountains. Yeah.
And they made it big.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. they made it super tall.
That's cool.
Can you see Klimik's ancestors walking up the steps?
Yeah.
Carrying a sack up the steps. Oh, God.
See Parthenax smoking.
Yeah. Yeah, like, there he is. Yeah, he would be up there still, I would assume. Because it's post, it's when he's like banished up, or not banished, but when he's up there, as far as I recall. I think I'm going to mess around with my chameleon guy a little bit more this week. Just do some thieving, since I'm like, pretty invisible and can do that pretty easily. And then I'll probably start a new character, because the chameleon armor got pretty OP pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I forgot how quickly it kind of does become that. It's like around like 65%. It really starts to tip to you're basically invisible to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it's one thing if you got invisibility and you have to think, okay, if I open this door, I'm going to lose my invisibility. With chameleon, you're just always gone.
You're just walking right down the middle of the road, middle of the day.
Looting bodies.
Yeah. It's like...
his buddies standing over him looking, what's wrong? How come you're not moving? And you're going through his pockets.
Oh, man. Yep. It's very true. Very true. Oh, I did mess around with the duplication glitch too, just to see how they had it in this one.
Uh-huh.
And it seems like it's very clearly added in, possibly.
Oh, geez.
Because it's like so simple. I was like, oh, this is like really simple. I forget how the old one was. You had to like do a couple steps and drop something or whatever. Well, now essentially, so like any empty vessel, it could even be a body, by the way. You put a singular item in there, right? So if like, say you have like, I don't know, say you need some silver arrows and you have one, you put it in there, but you have like, I don't know, 40 iron arrows. Like, it's just essentially you put the single one in the chest or vessel, whatever it may be, where there's nothing else in there but that. And then you go to your inventory, and at the same time as selecting it, you hit the right bumper, and I think it's A to select at the same time, and double hit A, and it moves the item over, and then you have whatever. If you had like 30 iron arrows, now you have 30 silver arrows also. It's like so incredibly simple. It's like, oh, this feels like it's actually added in. It's so simple. This isn't like this isn't like a glitch like the original game where you were like, I think you had to like drop scrolls and random stuff like that, and they duplicated or whatever. This is like you can pretty much duplicate anything at any time you need. So like if you want to, it's it's a cheat room on steroids essentially, because you have it everywhere at every moment. You can, like, if you could just loot a body to leave it empty, and you're like, oh, well, I need some more potions. And like, oh, I have 1 health potion left. Throw it in the body, and then do the duplication glitch, and you have 10 health potions.
So it has to be an empty vessel?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's the only thing, because you have to put 1 singular item in there. Seems to be the only thing to make it work. Yeah. So I was just messing around with that, see what it would do. And I was like, oh, well, this is like way easy. Because I saw people were doing a duplication thing. I was like, I wonder if it's like the old one. And it's way simpler, actually. Wow. So if you're doing a playthrough where you don't care about like whatever, you don't want to collect stuff or whatever, you just want to have the stuff. It's a good way to do it without like going crazy with console commands or anything. It's like super simple. Or if you're on obviously like Xbox, it's like so simple to do with the controller. It's like, if you've played it a million times and just want stuff and something simple, it's a good way to go. Yeah. So I think all I did was, let's see, I played the main quest. I finished that. Did Knights of the Nine. Did Arena twice. And I'll probably do Thieves Guild while I have Chameleon. And maybe Dark Brotherhood. Actually, Dark Brotherhood would be fun to do with Chameleon, because that kind of fits with that. But I might mess around with those because they're sneaky. But then with the Fighters Guild, no, I don't want like a sneaky character. It doesn't make any sense, honestly. It barely made sense with the Knights of the Nine. I just happened upon that quest and I wanted to do it, so I did it. So I prefer doing those with more, typical sword and board kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of fits the storyline a lot better. But have you gone out to Shivering Isles yet or anything?
I haven't.
No. What's the level on that?
I think it's pretty high, actually. It's a good question.
Yeah. My character's only like level 11 or something like that. Right?
Yeah, I don't think I haven't had a character get over 17 yet.
Yeah, that's about where I am, is 17. Let's see.
I just collected all the books, so.
Yeah, the location is there, but I haven't. And then I had kind of a weird thing. I tried to duplicate it and couldn't, so I'm not sure what happened. But I had started a character, and I had gone to the Shrine of Azura because that's one of the first ones you can get the quest from.
Yep.
And when she sent me to the cave, I went over and there was an Oblivion gate. But to this point, I had never had an Oblivion gate in the wild because I'd never started the main quest. And
do they spawn somewhat randomly in the wild? I mean, I know there's fixed ones, right? But
there's fixed ones, and then I believe there are random ones.
Yeah, because I ran into one.
But I had been to several locations that should have had fixed ones, but they didn't. But all of a sudden, this one, and I was only, I think you level 2 when you can get to talk to Azura. So it was weird, but I tried it with this brawler character. He didn't. He was much higher level at that point because I had been through the arena and the Fighters Guild, and so then I started, working towards going on the main quest, and went to the Shrine of Azura, and there was no Oblivion gate. So
I'm trying to think, because I went there obviously too for the main quest because it needed a Daedric item to continue on. I don't think there was one right there. There was one nearby, but not right at that. So it must have been random.
It's at the cave that.
That's right. Yeah, up the hill, right? Yeah. No, that was there. You're right. Yeah.
But Yeah, once I rescued Martin, they were everywhere.
Yeah, they pop up pretty quickly once you do that, right?
Yeah.
They look. I will say the gates look great too.
They do.
I really like the look of the gates. Yeah.
Yeah, you can really see the sort of the benefits of Unreal 5, right? So,
oh yeah, with the flames and everything, and just the movement and how they look from a distance is really good too. You can really see them from a good distance.
Yeah. All for me, all the fires in the game are like a little hot.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they're really bright.
I think deliberately so, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
highly saturated.
Yeah. The ones on the bridge south of the Imperial City, that long bridge south of the Imperial City that runs east-west. If you go on it at night, those torches look really great. Yeah. And they're not torches, but they're like, I don't know, maybe sconces or something like that.
Braziers. Yeah.
Braziers, that's it. Yeah. They look pretty good. That it's not like overly bright because you're out in the wild, I guess, essentially.
Yeah.
But I was like, because when I was doing the way shrines, I had to go across there, and it was nighttime. I was like, oh, this actually looks really cool at night. It's like I haven't been across here because usually I'm not following the roads anyway. So there is that.
Yeah.
Which can get you into trouble quickly with the horses because they climb some serious stuff in Oblivion.
I gave up with the horse.
I will say it's hard. I don't love riding the horse. It's a little wonky.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little weird to control, but then you cannot keep those things out of a fight.
Yeah,
they fight everything.
Incredibly annoying. So I just gave up on it and left it behind. Although it keeps reappearing when you fast travel, right?
It does. Everywhere you go, it shows up. Yeah.
So I just don't get on.
I left the Adoring Fan somewhere, and I don't remember where I left.
Oh, thank God I haven't found that one.
I took him with me, and then I left him, and I can't remember where I remember where I left him now, actually. I think I left him in Anvil, right outside, like across from the chapel. Because I went there to go find out about the prophet or whatever had happened there before the Knights of Nine thing. And I think I just left him in Anvil. I think he's still just there. I think he's just there.
Well,
I told him to take a hike.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for a while, so I guess he's still there. But now I have somebody from the knights following me around, and I can't tell them to go away. There's no option, so I don't know what I did there. So I'm gonna have to figure that out because that's kind of annoying. I don't like having. I don't really want to have a follower with me, quite frankly.
Right? Yeah, that's going through the Oblivion gates with those stupid guards.
Oh, it's so annoying. Just let me go alone. It'll be faster.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on your side. Well, then you probably shouldn't have stepped. I mean, there is no space between me and the combatant.
Yeah, you're literally punching him. Yeah, you're literally punching the combatant.
And the guards come between us. It's like, dude. But yeah, it's so annoying.
Oh God. Yeah, I am not a fan of followers still, so I'll stick with not being a fan of that.
Yeah.
I haven't. Usually, when I go into the Thieves Guild too, I tend to explore the sewers more. So I might go down there and go through the sewers as much as possible. It's a pretty if you can really play as a thief in this game and really stay hidden without even using magic or anything by learning the sewer system and all and going in and out of places, because it sometimes will let you into shops and things like that too from the sewer. It's
kind of inscrutable. I sort of got lost in there trying to figure out how to get my way out, and
it can be very confusing.
It is. Yeah.
I remember one playthrough I got it down because I was using it a lot. and it was a way I could get in and out to certain places, and I got pretty good at it. But yeah, if you don't spend time like really figuring out the map system down there, and of course with the map where you got to like zoom all the way in and zoom in again.
That's really it's. I get used to zooming all the way in, but it doesn't stay zoomed in. So every time you go out and come back, you got to rezoom.
I did find a little fix for that.
Oh, did you?
So if when you open the map and you're in that wide zoom, you can mouse click the little circle at the top of the slider.
Okay.
And that'll take you into local. If you then close the map with on PC, it's the tab key, the menu select key. Then the next time you open it, you use that same key, and it'll open you back to the zoomed in local map.
Oh, God.
That's handy.
Now, if you go and, check, how many potions you have left, or if you try to look at something, in your inventory like that, then you've got to go back to the map, zoom back in, then tab out again. And then the next time you tab back in, it'll open back up to the zoomed in.
Oh,
so it's not elegant, but it's functional if you're just trying to get through a dungeon or a sewer.
It's at least something you can do
where you have to keep checking the map. Yeah. I ended up in there because when you collect all 4 of the books, I thought you were supposed to meet the guy. It says in the quest prompt, once you, at least that's the way I interpreted it. I think it was wrong, but you're supposed to meet some guy at a desk in some room in the sewers. So I went there.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Nobody showed. And so I waited. I did the 24-hour wait, et cetera, reloaded to save, nothing. So I finally just went back to what's her name at the college, and she gave me another quest. So that seemed to move things along. So I must have misinterpreted what the.
So I just did that a little while ago.
Yeah.
And so you have to go back and talk to the blade, Beerus or whatever his name is.
Yeah, she sends you back up to Bruma, right? So you go back.
Well, no, he's in the Imperial City
or wherever he is.
Yeah. But so then he'll go with you to that room.
Oh.
And he'll sit in the chair.
Oh.
You can sit. You can eat.
Well, you choose, you do have an option to
I think
whether you sit there or he sits there.
Okay.
Because they don't know who they're meeting. Yeah. But then
I thought it said come alone, though. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, they tell you to come alone, but they always say that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's clearly I haven't watched enough cop dramas to.
It's because there's 4 of them.
Yeah,
and they figure they'll have a better chance if it's just you against them.
Yeah.
They don't want you bringing friends. They are.
They come walking in with the whole team. So.
Yeah. Anyway, that's as far as I've gotten. So trying to progress that.
Yeah, and that the quest that follows that up, where you go, to their hideout.
Yeah.
I definitely needed all my buffs for that one.
Yeah,
there are a lot of them, and they're all wearing that conjured armor, and it was. That was a tough fight.
There is no way to do that stealth either, by the way. You can to a point, but as soon as you grab the book, it's all over. Everybody's all over you. It doesn't matter if you're stealthy or not.
Yeah, and that's the one. That's the one place that I have problems with this. This hand-to-hand build. I mean, I can take on 2 or 3 people because you can stack them up. They'll stand behind each other, like waiting their turn or something. But if you get a whole room full of them, and some of them are casting spells,
it's a mess.
You get beat up pretty quick. So that was a wild ride.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
And if you try running out, you kind of get a little turned around pretty quickly.
Yeah. I do. So I don't know. I'll have to look into it a little bit closer. But so when I start punching, the average person, they run away. Even bandits will run away from me. And it was kind of funny with these Mythic Dawn guys, because I'm not afraid of you as they're running down the corridor of the cave to get away from you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always hard because I have no range. I can't pick up rocks and throw them at them or anything.
Yeah.
So I have to run them down, and I ended up, going through this section and had hit so many people that there were like 6 people all crammed into this one little, end of a tunnel. And, so like, well, crap, I'm trying to get away from fighting big groups of people.
That is a fun section of the quest, but yeah, it is very difficult, especially hand to hand like that. I'll be interested how that character does at the final gate, the whatever they call it, the big gate.
Yeah. Well,
that'll be interesting.
It'll all depend on how many they throw at once.
Oh,
because these standard gates, there's a lot of combatants in there, but they're pretty much, only 2 or maybe 3 at a time.
Yeah.
And so that I can manage because I also have, so I've got 100 strength plus buffs, and I also have 100 endurance. So it can definitely tank a lot.
Okay.
In just my pants.
Just my pants. Oh, your man,
pants tank.
That's amazing. And you said you played some Skyrim also?
I did. So way back at the beginning of the month, Skypothesis dropped their May build.
That's right. Yeah.
And so I started that one.
Was that Crusader?
The Scourge of Black Rose.
Scourge. Okay, that's right.
So I haven't gotten as far as learning the Spider Scrolls, which is an essential part of that build.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But I have gotten into the Dawn Guard, and so I've got my crossbows and
have fun with the spiders. I tried to use them.
I've never been able
many times.
I think the part that I'm looking forward to the most is the pet spider you can have run around with you.
Yeah.
Because evidently that casts traps.
Okay.
So
that's
that looked
cool.
like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun to have those. Because I messed around with them when they first went into the game. It was like, but I've never really used them since then.
Yeah,
I've
taken a run at a couple of different spider builds and never really get past, that first, time when you're in, what is it, White something Barrow on Solstein, where you get them.
Oh yeah. Whitehall? No, not Whitehall. Is it Whitehall? I forget what it's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
there's a slightly farther up the mountain. There's a big Reekling camp. Right up there, and then right on the other side of that is Karstag. I think.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. By Karstag. Yeah.
So,
yeah. But so we'll see how it goes. It's so my biggest challenge at this point is going to be getting all the way through the main storyline with my hand-to-hand character before I start my thief. Because I'm itching to do that at this point, and so I'll probably have to come back to the rest of the main quest.
Gotcha.
Because I do miss sneaking.
It is fun.
But I do intend on making it not with, with no combat skills. So, and I'm liking the not wearing armor stuff. So I think my thief will also be only in clothes. That's
a cool idea.
Yeah.
Just like, where you're not doing combat and you're actually really sneaking and getting through play. That's fun.
Yeah.
And the cities are big enough too, with different places where you can really do that.
Yeah. And I'll crank the speed up so that I can, I can move really quick and get out of sticky situations. Yeah. So rats and wolves, I think, will be my biggest problem.
Yeah. There's a ton of rats in the sewers and everywhere else. Yeah.
Mud crabs don't run fast enough,
and they're a lot less dangerous in Oblivion than they are in Skyrim.
Yeah, weirdly, they
don't hit as hard. Yeah,
more deadly in Skyrim. Yeah, although skeletons way more deadly in Oblivion than in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh, have you? So the archery is like you can shoot between their legs now and miss. By the way,
it's better. It's better archery. Yeah, for sure.
Because on skeletons I've missed a lot because they're so thin.
Yeah.
And I guess the area of effect where they would be hit is
the hit boxes are smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually gone through the legs of them, and I'm like, oh, like that. I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty realistic. I would be going through the legs of them actually.
Well, they may have lowered the percentage on the chance.
Yeah, that it would actually hit.
Because a lot of archery mods in Skyrim do that to make it very much more difficult to actually use arrows against skeletons. It makes sense.
Yeah, they're so like what? Yeah, what are you going to really do against them? It seems like I can't tell, but I don't know. It feels like if I get a headshot, it's like more damage, but I don't know if that's actually in the game or not. I haven't actually looked.
Well, it's skeleton. If you get a good headshot, you basically knock the skull off, and
you're blowing them up essentially. Yeah. Not so good with the headless zombies, but
no, that doesn't work so much. Yeah.
I watched the very beginning of Major Slack's.
Oh God.
Master difficulty run.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely hysterical. So the first zombie that you face in the sewers doesn't have a right arm. And so he would run past it on the right side so it couldn't hit him. So he could get to the other side of it.
Oh man, I didn't notice that before. Oh my god!
And it would turn around, and then he would run on the right side again, and
to avoid it. Oh my god!
It was.
It's all scienced out. Yeah.
That was about all I watched, but
I never noticed that. Anybody play anything else?
Yeah, I got kind of hankering for. I realized it might have been the tower in the first Oblivion gate that got me hankering for some. I started dreaming about Far Cry and various other. I just wanted to go do parkour, so I loaded up the Uncharted Legacy Edition, where you get Uncharted 4, and you get. I don't know if it was a DLC or what with Nadine and whatever. So
I think it was. Yeah.
So I've been playing Uncharted 4 a lot, and I just love those parkour puzzles. It's a lot of fun to climb up and down. It's a fairly one-dimensional game, but it's a lot of fun. It's like the Tomb Raiders. I had a kick a couple of years ago. I went through all the Tomb Raiders. So that's all I've been doing. Just enjoying myself playing Nathan, and
Yeah, I enjoyed those. I like the puzzle part of it, right? And
the
story and all is fun. Yeah, it's like it's just a fun adventure puzzle kind of game, basically.
Yeah, that's all.
Very straightforward of what you're doing.
Yeah, there's no real leveling or anything. You just sort of pick up weapons, shoot lots of bullets.
Yeah,
climb lots of ladders and shit. Yeah, it's fun. So that's all I've been doing.
I have to get back to Shadows. I forgot I was in the middle of that.
I mean, I've been trying to progress slowly and carefully into much deeper into Mistlands than I've ever progressed before.
Oh yeah,
Valheim. So I've been doing that. But it's very hard to find at least I've found it difficult in Valheim to find the dungeons or whatever you call it, infested caverns, I think they're called, something like that, where you get the black cores that you need to make the next level forge. And you really can't progress very far with various new armors and weapons and things like that, and magic particularly, until you get that core, that forge, and then but anyway, more old games.
I may have to hop back into Shadows again. I forget where I'm at though. That's the problem. It's been like 2 weeks now since I've played it, at least.
Yeah, I only played like a couple of hours of that and just sort of set it aside for other things. But I would like to get back into it as well. Yeah,
it was the victim of Oblivion, and
pretty much. Yeah.
I was enjoying it. It was just, I may have to start over, unfortunately, when I go.
I was just like really, really hankering for some great sort of vertical parkour stuff, and I was thinking I might go back and play the first Dying Light again, which is full of that stuff. It's great. What a great game. So
the most dangerous enemy that I've found in Oblivion is downhill.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's true.
I mean, I've taken more damage from just walking down the side of a mountain.
Yep.
Than anything. It's like, what the heck?
It's not as easy to Skyrim in Oblivion.
No.
Is it?
Yeah. The downhills in Oblivion are way more dangerous.
Yeah.
And also you jump way higher if you're like have any kind of agility.
Right.
You can really jump.
Yeah. I actually discovered it in Valheim, for anybody who's listening who plays Valheim, and there is an interesting little exploit in Valheim. No fall, no matter how far, will ever do more damage than 100 points. So if you have over 100 points, you can jump off anything.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, which is kind of nice. But
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's helpful if you need to escape something.
It is, but you better have some potions or something with you, or the time to regenerate once you hit that bottom.
Yeah.
Because if there's enemies down there, you're fucked. Yeah.
That's fair. You've been playing anything else, Ray?
Nope, that's pretty much been it.
Yeah, mostly Oblivion and a little bit of Skyrim.
I'm chomping at the bit, waiting. So we should get a No Man's Sky update pretty soon.
Cool.
And there's supposed to be an update on Fallout London.
Oh, cool.
Nice. So I'm looking forward to that.
There's also, I read a little quick blurb today that sort of game related, but not games. The Fallout series second season will launch in December, and they have already approved a third season.
Oh, nice. Oh. I really enjoyed the show.
Me too. It's great. Yeah, it was so good.
Super fun.
Good. Yeah, that's because it's made by people who love games. They're gamers as well as great directors.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. It's like it feels like the game without being too beholden to the game.
Yeah, right? There's all kinds of wonderful little Easter eggs and homages to things, and they clearly got it. And it's this, whatever deviations from the game storyline, I don't give a shit. It is what it is.
As long as it's good, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and nothing is so far afield that it's like
no, not at all.
It's not like it, I still have never seen the Borderlands and won't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Because they cast Kevin Hart as Roland, and that's just a bridge too far for me.
I didn't even like the game so much less that.
I had a lot of fun playing the game.
Yeah.
But
what's this?
Kevin Hart is not Roland.
Claptrap just drove me right out of the fucking game.
He's one of my favorite companions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ray. I know. I remember you saying that before. I just like, done. Enough of that.
I love, snarky characters.
Yeah.
He is so ridiculous. But again, Jack Black, horrible casting on that one too.
Yeah.
They just fell apart on their casting on that.
Yeah.
So I doubt if I'll ever see it.
Yeah. I don't see, whether you like the game or not. There's lots of people, and there's parts of the game that I did enjoy. I don't think it has a deep enough lore and storyline like Fallout does.
Yeah, Fallout has a lot
to really sustain a really good series.
Yeah, that's true. Like, there's just so much in Fallout that they can draw from to make a story. So, all right.
So,
well, maybe next time there will be an update to the character generator, and we'll figure out something.
I would definitely, roll something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too. I'm interested to hear about how the brawler ends up through the whole main quest as it gets a little more interesting.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see.
Yeah,
how that goes.
I mean, at this point, there really hasn't been anything, that he hasn't been able to manage. So
that's good. It's interesting. Yeah. I think that the final part may be the challenge, but we'll see. Yeah. It'll be fun to see how your character figures a way through.
No, just have a lot of health potions.
That's it. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
And it fortify stamina.
Oh,
That's called in this game.
Yeah. Those stamina. Yeah, the stamina potions. Yeah.
Because I do burn through a lot of stamina. Which
with the power attacks and all.
Yeah, well, and just
swinging.
Punching.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. That's right.
So there have been a few situations where I've run into with the Mythic Dawn, and I think in one of the gates too, where somebody had a drain stamina weapon, and so if your stamina goes below 0, you fall over.
Oh boy.
And so there were a few times where, I'd go into this animation. I'm like, crap, I have a ton of health. I'm not dying. Oh no, I'm just falling over.
I'm just exhausted.
They drain my stamina. And so, that the first time I knew that was a thing was when I was doing the Knights of the Nine. Because when you get the gauntlets, they have a permanent -5, to stamina. And so anytime you would, be, slashing with your sword and blocking with your shield, whenever you got to 0, you were actually -5, and so you'd fall over. And
ouch.
And so then you go through this little animation where you slowly get up, and the whole time they're wailing on you. If their weapon recharges, then down you go again. So, but that's really been my only Achilles heel on that character.
That would definitely be a problem. All right. Well, I guess next time we'll hear more about that and whatever else we're playing. So, if anybody wants to send in anything, SkyrimAddictPodcast@gmail.com. I actually didn't even check the email, but I usually see everything. So there's that. But if you have your own stuff that you're playing or any questions or anything like that, or you're playing the game for the first time, and oh, hold on. No, that's not real.
Yeah, the Discord channel is hopping.
It is
right now. The Skyrim / Oblivion channel has the bulk of the activity on it right now.
Good. There is actually an email here. Sorry. Wow. There's actually a couple. Sorry, everybody. Did I? That one I definitely read before. This one I did not. This one's from Thursday. From Christopher. Still only on episode 1, which is episodes 1 through 10 of the old podcast. Most of the way through that, blah, blah, blah. So possibly probably discovered most of the things I'm mentioning here. Playing on Xbox X, but started one on 360 and moved over to Xbox One and now the new one. Forget what year I started, probably 2017, 2018. Didn't play since 2023, but have been playing Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3 mostly. I like trying to come up with combos. So, for example, just start a new one, Red Guard level 4, right-handed sword, left hand for casting, destruction, or buffs mostly. My first foray on the 360 was, of course, the Archer Sniper Sneak Thief. Yeah, of course. I mean, you know. is there another way to go?
Yeah, I mean, everybody ends up there at one point or another.
Yeah. Probably a Khajiit and a Wood Elf. One more Thieves Guild one, and Dark Brotherhood, if I recall. My second long-term character was a Breton Conjurer. If you think sniping is lazy and easy, try summoning a pair of Dremora Lords. Between them and your companion, you can just leave the battle usually and just open chests and loot. Or like Andrew used to do, just get a whole army and keep raising it everywhere you go. Third is a Khajiit Lightning Mage. I tend to do a lot of new characters and then not necessarily stick with all of them. Did an inventory to see what I've got. I've forgotten what I intended with some. That tends to happen. You start it and then you forget. Like, I think we're all pretty guilty of that here.
Big time. That's why I have books.
Yeah. Wanted to recently do a summon sword guy. Problem is it doesn't scale, I think. That is, sure, you can do a soul snare with a perk, but you can't add fire or whatever. There's probably a mod for that. If you're doing the conjured weapon, it does conjure as a Daedra weapon essentially, but you can't, like, obviously the only thing you can get
you can't enchant it.
Soul capture once you get that perk, but that's it. Here's a list of characters in my saves. Presently, I've forgotten a few concepts, like what to do with an Imperial. They have that calm power, so do you go with more of that in Magic or emphasize their battle skill? That's a fair point. They get high restoration, but one-handed, heavy armor, block, so there's nothing that stands out there. It's obvious unless it's a field medic tank. Some of these are repetitive, probably wanted to do a variant in some cases, but don't recall what I wanted to change. Oh, my nephew loves Khajiit one-handed unarmed thing. You can build up the damage with some bracers and perks. Probably one of those in my attempt as well. Let's see. Gosh, he's got like a bunch of good characters. The Wood Elf is a sniper thief at level 70. The Breton Conjurer Mage. There's an Orc Smith. That seems pretty standard. Orc Smith. Dark Elf with destruction magic. High Elf with destruction as well. The Breton Conjurer. A Dark Elf with two-handed sneak. Thanks. Really love hearing you guys talk about the game when I'm not playing. Does that make me an addict as well? I would say yes. If you're still playing the game this many years later, you qualify regardless.
Yeah, for sure.
So there is that. so if you're still there, you definitely qualify. Let's see. That is an ad. Sorry, I just wanted to.
Yeah. And so with the Imperial, same thing with a High Elf. You want to make sure you take those through the Civil War on the side of the Stormcloaks.
Oh, yeah.
Because you get you get some interesting comments.
This is true
when you try to join.
This is very true. We have this is going to make three of us feel incredibly old, by the way, just to let you guys know. Heads up.
Psst. We are really old.
That's fair.
Pretty much.
Yep. Hey, I'm 17 years old and just started playing Skyrim. I'm on spring break and was tasked with driving by myself down to the beach. I looked for a podcast to listen to while I drove for 2 hours. I stumbled across your pod and was immediately intrigued. I listened to your first podcast that was posted in 2016, but really from, I think it was 2013 or 2014. Loved hearing about the adventures, kept me captivated the entire ride. Also, you probably know this by now, but there is a wood cutting axe in Riverwood. Yes, there is. That's right. Yep. So this person is the same age as Connor. I'd just like to point that out. But no, appreciate you listening. And I appreciate you driving, unlike the person up above me right now, screaming at somebody on a first-person shooter. So keep driving. I appreciate that. And thanks for listening as well. So we did have 2 emails. I'm glad I checked that. But yeah, if you want to send in your characters or anything, please do that, or stories or whatever, questions, anything. That would be awesome. So Skyrim Addict podcast at gmail.com. And I will check them before the show next time, so I know they're there. But till next time, we'll see you guys later.
Good night, everyone.
Take care.